Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica Ward King, the Stigma Crusher here. This is my 2023 year in review, and what a year it has been. I started off this year, I rang in 2023 fully manic, and I spent the year cycling through periods of mania, hypomania, depression. I spent part of the summer depressed, and then when I found the ketogenic diet in July 15th actually is the day I started it, of 2023, that is when things turned for me this year. And by August, about a month into the diet, I was finally feeling well again. And feeling well after feeling unstable for so long. I mean, I had not been well in years, literally years, with my bipolar disorder. It had been since the beginning of COVID that I had not been feeling well. I had spent all of COVID depressed, and then went very quickly at the end of COVID into a period of instability where I was going between mania and depression, and very, very brief periods of euthymia, but mostly between mania and depression. And so I hadn't been feeling well for years, for a good 4 years. And so feeling well was a breath of fresh air like none other. And I have been feeling well since August until about a few weeks ago now, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, when my moods started to drop a little bit again. And I don't know quite what precipitated this drop. I'm still on the keto diet, no change there. I'm still taking all of my vitamins and minerals that I was taking before, so still taking the magnesium that I was taking, still taking the omega-3 fatty acids that I was taking, the high dose of those that I was taking before. Still, taking all of my medications that I was taking before, the Latuda, the lithium, no changes there. And yet my mood started to drop. And I can tell that my mood starts dropping because I start to become teary. I start to have more negative thoughts. I start to have my self-esteem goes down, my confidence slips. I start to to cry more often than I would. I mean, I wouldn't normally really cry at all, and I start to cry at things that are not really things that one would cry over. And so these things are all warning signs for me that my mood is starting to slip. And I can just tell, because my actual mood, my sense of well-being, my sense of happiness is starting to slip, and I'm starting to not enjoy things that I would normally enjoy doing. So I'm getting that anhedonia. So things that I would normally enjoy doing are no longer enjoyable, which is one of the cardinal symptoms of depression. And I'm just getting that depressed mood almost every day, and almost all day. And so getting those cardinal symptoms of depression, my concentration is starting to slip as well. So I'm getting some of those cognitive symptoms of depression starting to creep in. And so I've been back to my psychiatrist. I made an appointment right away. I was supposed to see him anyway a couple of weeks later, but I was like, emailed an emergency, can I see you sooner? Want to try to nip it in the bud, try to get right on top of it. And we started to change some dosages of medications, to increase some dosages. That doesn't seem to be helping yet. There's still range for increases to be made, so it's not like we've thrown in the the white flag, or thrown in the towel, I guess is the idiom I'm trying to think of, or raise the white flag yet. But that's what's going on now. So it's not as though the ketogenic diet is a cure-all panacea for, just is going to completely cure my bipolar depression, my bipolar disorder in general, and going to make me stable for the rest of my life. But it's certainly helping. I can tell you. It did make a great big change in the summer. I went from being very, very unstable to much more stable. And so what I am doing now, I'm giving myself a little treat over the holidays, and I'm going to give myself a little keto reset. So I'm going to go off the keto diet for 1 week, and I'm going to allow myself to eat a few carbs over the holidays. And then after that 1 week, go right back on the keto diet and go back into ketosis, and maybe hopefully after that little bit of a reset, jolt my body back into some of the more of the benefit of the keto diet. That is my hope. That is not any grand musings from the keto community or from my bipolar experts or anything. That's just something I've thought up. There doesn't seem to be any detriment to me by going off the diet for 1 week from my bipolar experts. So it seems to be safe for me to do that. And so that's something I'm going to do over the holidays. Just to give myself a little bit of holiday cheer, be able to drink some eggnog, to have some of the fixings at the holiday dinner, that kind of thing, be able to eat a little bit of chocolate for my stocking. And then get right back on the horse and get back to the diet. It is a restrictive diet, so I am looking forward to eating some of the things that I wouldn't normally be able to eat for that week. But I am looking forward to 2024 being much better mental health-wise than 2023 was. 2023 was a bit of a dumpster fire up until August. And so now that I've found some things that do seem to work, and I do have a little bit more stability, I'm hoping that I can get them fine-tuned and get them back working for me, and get my depression under control again, and get 2024 working even better for me than 2023 did. Again, bipolar disorder is a chronic relapsing remitting disorder, and no amount of diet, keto or otherwise, is going to completely fix that. I'm not under any illusion that it's going to. And so I think that the diet is going to be helpful to me in achieving some more stability and helping me to get greater control over my disease, but it's not going to cure it by any stretch of the imagination. So even if I continue to have symptoms of depression, it doesn't mean that I'm going to necessarily stop the keto diet. It doesn't mean that that it's a failure and that the experiment has failed and that I should just stop the diet, and if I'm going to have depression anyway, I might as well eat whatever I want. That's not the conclusion that I'm drawing. The conclusion that I'm drawing from it is that it has helped me in gaining some stability, and that it is a worthwhile diet to be on. Now, with the keto diet, they do say you can't be on it forever, that you do have to take breaks from time to time with it. And so I will be taking the advice of my doctors and taking breaks as needed, as advised, and going about it in a healthy way. So that's the update on the keto diet. Now, as for 2024, what the plan is for me, the plan is to, as I say, keep going with the diet. It's also to keep going with all of my medications, and to keep going with all of the things that keep me as healthy as I can. So that means going to therapy. So I continue to go to therapy as regularly as I can. I have myself set up so that I have regular bi-weekly appointments coming up in the new year. I'd gotten myself into a situation where I hadn't made appointments enough in advance with my therapist. I don't know if any of you have ever done this. and they got fully booked for the month of December, and so I've been looking for times when I can slot myself in there, and so I won't make that mistake again. So I've got myself booked in advance now. So I've got myself regular therapy appointments. That also means making time for friends. That's something I haven't been doing well enough at, I think. I haven't been doing well enough at the social aspect of my life. But instead have been, putting my head down at work, and have been doing, the family stuff that needs to get done, all of the chores, all of the, the extracurricular activities that are like, councils that I'm on, and extracurricular type work type stuff that needs to get done. But I haven't been making time for friends as much as I need to. And I know how important social contact is for my mental health. And I am a social person who is terrible at keeping contact with people, and I need to do better at that. So that's one of my my New Year's resolutions, I think, is to keep better contact with the people in my life that matter to me. So if you're watching this and you're one of those people, hold me to that. Hold me to that resolution, please. I think another one of my resolutions for this year is going to be to say no more. I've been overloading myself, as I say, with all these, these councils and work type opportunities, and I need to learn to say no a little bit better and not overload my plate so much. And I think this is something that a lot of us do. We overload ourselves with, whether it's family obligations or the things that we want to be doing, but you get yourself so overloaded that like every night of the week you're busy with something and you don't have any time just for downtime. And it's really important to have some of that time just to sit and relax and do nothing. And I think that we really don't value enough these days that time just to do nothing and just to sit, and for there to be like kind of silence in our lives. I don't mean literal silence, but I mean like, just not so much noise in our lives. And I know that that's the case for me anyway. I guess I should speak for myself. I know that's the case for me. Whether it's, going somewhere, doing something, I've always got something on the calendar. I've always got something on the go. And there needs to be days where I don't, where I've just got nothing on the go, nowhere to be, nothing in particular to do, and just to be able to do nothing, to do a hobby, to do something I enjoy, or nothing at all. And I think that is my second resolution for this coming year, for 2024. And those are two really good mental health related resolutions, because those are two things that are really going to support my mental health in the coming year, especially when I'm struggling with depression at this moment. Those are two things that are going to really support my battle with depression and help me to get that balance that I'm striving for and that wellness that I'm looking for. So I hope that going into 2024, you're able to take a look back at your 2023, not in a ruminating way. I talked about rumination in my last video. It's not a time to sit and ruminate about all the things that have gone wrong and all the ways that they've gone wrong, and then look forward into 2024 and think about all the ways it could go wrong in 2024. But rather in a way of taking stock and kind of planning for how you're going to make 2024 the best year it can be, and how you can kind of turn things around so that 2024 can make you the healthy you that you want to be. If there are little tweaks that you can make to things that maybe didn't quite go right in 2023, or things that you could do a little bit better in 2024, so that you can be the best version of you that you can be. That's the way that you want to look at your year in review. At least that's the way that I find helpful to look at my year in review. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope that you are having a great holiday season and a really joyful new year. And I hope that you have a great 2024. Take care, everyone. I'll be off for a couple of weeks, but I will see you in the new year. See you in my next one. Bye.
Stigma Crusher.